What's up, you guys? This is the Quad with Chris Young. As always, I am Chris. We got Haley the Bear.
That's me.
Producer Josh.
Your Kansas City Chiefs are the Super Bowl winners.
We'll get to that. And Ryan from Miami. Oh, it's the best intro he's ever done. It's the best intro he's ever done.
You may think he's muted right
flawless. Yeah, if you were only listening and not watching on YouTube, Ryan is not here this week. So we are missing you, Rye, but at the same time,
enjoy your trip.
I should have introduced him first on this one.
It was his moment.
It's time to shine.
I have the winner of the poll up here.
Okay.
You're
perfect.
already more prepared than he is usually at this point.
Oh, no. Wow. Dude, he's not even here.
I know. He can't defend himself. It's great.
All right.
All right.
Go ahead.
So last week's poll, which it feels weird because we did it on Sunday. So it feels like it was a while ago, but it really wasn't. It was a day early. So it was the best Super Bowl party dish. And the winner is chips and Rotel cheese
Oh,
dip.
my God. Wow. All right. She's not as prepared as Ryan.
Nope.
I take
I
it
just
back.
can't. I was reading
I
that
take
too
it all
fast.
back.
Nope. All right, winner. Let's go. Won twice that day. Let's go.
Wow. Yeah, let's just dive right into sports. Let's go ahead.
Sports.
Let's do it.
Josh, the floor is yours.
They were doubted all year. I doubted them. I did not pick them even remotely close to picking them. So I cannot take credit or take that victory lap at all. But it was a really great game. The Kansas City Chiefs were victorious once again. Patrick Mahomes getting his second Super Bowl ring, his second Super Bowl MVP. What a game. What a game to watch. What a game to watch as a fan. I was still nervous even down to the last minute. You tried to call me with like 30 seconds left. And I just texted you and said, not yet. Just give me a second. just until it's at 0. We're not there yet. And that's all the years of previous Chiefs playoff drama and disappointment.
And then nothing happened.
And then nothing happened. And then I was like, okay, let's hop on FaceTime.
Now we can talk. Yeah.
Yeah, it was what a game. What a game. It's really cool to be a fan of this team. It's really hard to dislike the way Patrick Mahomes plays football. And I don't know. I've never been in this position. I've never been a fan of a team that has been in the mix like this for so long. So I don't know where to land with this. If it was Ryan's team, Ryan would be like, we're Super Bowl champs every year. And he would just go for it. And I still don't. I'm just grateful that we're still doing well, I guess is the point.
Well, that's a much better place to be than
peacocking all the time. Yeah.
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 I mean,
and no one likes that fan. I mean, we love all sports fans all the time, but for me, that's not genuine to my sports fandom. And so I don't want to ever do that, but it is really cool. It feels really cool to have won 2. It's proof that I can never go see a Super Bowl in person. They win when I don't go. They lose when I go.
I don't think that has anything to do with it. I don't. The only thing that I think is suspect when it comes to the Kansas City Chiefs is if they wear the all reds. You never bet on them.
Never. If they wear the red bottoms with the red tops, do not bet on them.
I have a problem with McKinnon not scoring that touchdown.
I have no problem. Did you have money on him scoring a touchdown?
Yes, I did.
Yes, you did.
I'm like, really?
You want to do the gambling number since Ryan's not here? Because I'm about to say something that's kind of crazy.
Oh, yeah, you had all that crazy bets.
I 41 times my money on one bet.
That's pretty good.
The National Council on Problem of Gambling.
I got you.
Well, I was making sure this was the right one.
Here we go. 1-800-522-4700 is the National Council on Problem Gambling. That is a gambling helpline network.
If you're local to Tennessee, it's 1-800-889-9789, Tennessee Red Line.
There we go. Yeah.
41X is pretty good.
Yeah, it didn't suck. All right, it was Pacheco. Is that how you pronounce it?
Pacheco.
So Pacheco to score anytime, Jalen Hurts to score anytime, Travis Kelce or Kelsey, however you want to pronounce it, to score anytime, and then Brown to score A.J. Brown to score anytime.
With the Chiefs plus 1.5 and the over, right?
Yes.
The only bet I won was the octopus.
I actually made a funny prop bet, and I was just looking at it, and I'm like, I got to bet that just because I think it's hilarious. And it was for any field goal or extra point to hit the upright, and one did.
It's like plus 2,000, wasn't it? Yeah.
The octopus
It was
was
more
plus
than that.
1,400.
Yeah.
So thank you, Jalen Hurts. If no one knows what the octopus is, it's someone who scores the touchdown and the same person scores the 2-point conversion.
And it
Thus 8 points.
very rarely ever happens.
Yeah, especially the quarterback. So,
Anyway, congratulations
Congrats to everyone.
to the Kansas City Chiefs and all of our bank accounts, I guess.
Yes. NFL draft in Kansas City this year.
oh,
Should be super fun. We have 11
don't-
picks.
Now that you say that, there's going to be people out there that are like, oh, it's scripted. They did it on purpose.
If it was scripted, they wouldn't have called back our touchdown on that other defensive.
Or would they to make it interesting? Okay,
Well,
whatever.
I don't know.
I don't even care about conspiracy theory stuff anymore.
yeah, let's go Bears. Let's mess it up again this year at the draft.
Do you think they're going to have a bad draft? Really, honestly, like every
do.
year for the rest of your life? You've just given up on your team, haven't you?
Yep.
Wow.
I have given up.
I have not given up on my team, so
You have a lot more going for your team. I have nobody.
they still they're not winning.
Y'all won. We won 3 games. We had the first draft pick.
Wait. Okay, fair. Fair.
You made it to
Fair.
the playoffs.
That's fair.
And you made it to the playoffs last year.
I don't know. I'm just saying we got to take that next step. But how about them Cowboys? And again, back to the end. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you want to talk NBA a little bit?
Sure.
How about that dunk contest? 5th shortest player of all time to win the dunk contest. And he was awesome.
Mac McClung just called up to the Philadelphia 76ers like a couple days before the contest. He was on a 2-way contract. He wins. My only issue with the dunk contest is, and it's a really easy fix because they give out a lot of 10s for dunks. And then once you give a 10 for a lesser dunk and someone does something better, they also get a 10. That's problematic. If you just make it a 1 to 100 score instead of 1 to 10.
But then I don't think that solves the problem. I think what you need to have is people that have won the dunk contest before are the judges.
That'd be pretty good.
Right? Like the last 3 years of dunk contest winners, knowing how hard what they did, or have like a legacy.
Yeah, like Dominique
Come
or
in.
whoever. Yeah.
So you have like a legacy dunk contest winner, and then like the last 2-year winners come in and score it.
They
if
will
they're
be,
not in it.
They will be more discerning on the scores than
And just
average fan.
Like push on them, and be like, hey, like a 9 is a really high score. And from today forward, a 9 is a really high score, period. Like that's what we're going with. So if you're going to give a 10, it better be a 10.
And it better be better than what the
You
previous
did.
winners could do.
Yeah.
It's a pretty good fix.
Right?
It's a pretty good fix. Plus, as a winner, you get re-invited to All-Star Weekend if you weren't in any of the other things.
Okay. Time out.
What?
You get re-invited?
Yeah. Get invited again. Re-invited.
Re-invited, and it feels so good.
I'm leaving it in. I don't care.
No, leave it. That's a completely different version of that. That's our version. We just made it. We have control. Anyway, what do you think of the state of the NBA right now? Who do you see coming out of each division? I want you to give me your picks.
If it's in the East, it's probably Milwaukee. They made a couple really good moves at the trade deadline. In the West, I think it's Denver. I do. I think it's Denver. I think it's Milwaukee,
Okay.
Denver, and we'll have a really good showdown between two really good teams.
By the way, something bothers me. Just because you can't pronounce Antetokounmpo, someone shortened it to Ant.
No.
What?
I'm like,
No.
we're not starting this.
Also, Ant is Anthony Edwards from Minnesota. So
Well, that's what I thought, and I was like, okay, is that the Timberwolves player? And it had a photo, so maybe somebody messed up with the photo on the website that I was looking at. Maybe they misunderstood.
hopefully, yeah. Anthony Edwards is AntMan. So if don't turn, it's Giannis. It's
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Yeah.
Like it. Come on. Okay, so maybe someone in their graphics editing messed that up, because that actually seems like
just
an
a flub.
easy mistake.
Yeah, just
Somebody
an easy
flubbed.
flub.
That would make more sense.
Yeah, and then
I just saw the headline and I was like, what? It was obviously him. It was obviously Giannis because he was in his jersey. So it was like,
what are we trying to do here? Yeah. And as of 5 minutes ago, Russell Westbrook getting bought out by the Utah Jazz and signing with the Los Angeles Clippers. So he does not have to move. He just is on the other LA team.
he just still plays at Staples Center. It's Staples still, right?
It's crypto.com
Oh, yeah,
arena.
yeah.
But yes, it'll always be Staples Center.
Yeah. That's why I asked. I knew it had changed in my brain, but I couldn't think of what it changed to.
Yep.
All right. Do we like the XFL? Have either one of you watched a game yet?
I did not know it started this weekend.
I did. I watched the Battlehawks game.
What do you think?
I am glad we have an alternative during the down season of the NFL to watch. It is more fun than I always give it credit for. I always think it's going to be and I watch and go, this is actually kind of fun. The thing I liked the most that they tried to do in the NFL and it got shot down was, instead of the onside kick, you have a 4th and 15 play from your own 25, and if you get it, you can keep the ball.
Ooh.
Instead of trying to get an onside kick, you get to run one play for 15 yards, and if you get it, you have possession. And I thought the Battlehawks converted it. It was really fun. The stakes felt very exciting. And does that help benefit the Kansas City Chiefs or teams that can do that? Absolutely it does. Absolutely it does. I'm not saying that it doesn't.
Hey,
but
I'm not saying that it wouldn't help the Dallas Cowboys either. 'cause
Absolutely.
They absolutely will.
Schultz over the middle for 15, no question, all day. So I watched that and I was like, I think if the NFL adopted that would be pretty fun. That would be pretty fun.
That would be pretty fun. I am interested in watching it. I enjoyed it when it happened right before COVID. We were all rooting on the beer snake.
I think the beer snake's coming back.
Was that XFL or?
That was XFL.
That was XFL.
Yeah, okay. That's before The Rock took it over.
I mean, Orlando has a team, so I feel like I gotta watch them.
I mean,
The Orlando Guardians.
just saying.
I'm gonna give it a go this coming week. Their first game's on Thursday.
What if we just made this our weird corner of the podcast world where we just dive completely into XFL?
All right.
We're sitting here just breaking down every play from the XFL.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't think we should do that. But I will watch this year, and I'm very intrigued. I think you can tell there's a level of polish to it that was not there before, and I'm sure that a lot of that is to do with the people that now own it, not just Dwayne Johnson, all of the other partners, because they've been working really, really hard on this for a while. From the jerseys all the way down. And I know that sounds dumb, but if you got crappy jerseys,
It starts there because you have no merchandising, which means you can't make up any sort of
Revenue.
extra revenue from TV deals, etc. There's layers to all of this in order to turn a profit.
sometimes you look better, you feel better, you play better.
Yep.
Sometimes you look better, you exist better. That's just straight up living.
Unless you wear all reds and it doesn't work.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
does not
don't do
work.
that. Don't wear all red.
do
Don't
that.
wear all red. Whoever the team is that has red in their color scheme, don't wear all red.
I would love the Chiefs to just pivot to an all black with red and gold or something.
There you go. There you go.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, black one out. It's seriously. That'd
That'd be super cool.
Dude.
I know. I thought about it all the time.
Absolutely. Like, replace those. Who do we know that we can talk to in the Kansas City Chiefs?
I've got people that know Brett Veach, so maybe that's a conversation that we can have.
Let's try. Okay. Let's go to music.
Music.
Big shout out to a bunch of my friends. I got to go down and spend 3 days doing nothing but hold up in a room with a view of the ocean outside, I will say, and write for 3 days. It was absolutely amazing. Emily Wiseman, John Knight, and Chris DiStefano. And I think we got some stuff that's going to be really, really special. Hopefully coming your way soon. I think 2 of them may make the record.
Ooh.
So we wrote 5, and then we kind of had like another idea half started, but 5 in basically 2 days when you account for travel ain't bad.
That's pretty good.
And sang them and built tracks, and it's pretty cool. I love all of them, and it was just a lot of fun for me to get down there and hang out with them. And my whole thing with that, do you do many writers retreats?
I haven't.
I get asked all the time, and I've been on a couple where it was just like, we could be doing this at home.
It's a different location for a normal Monday through Wednesday here in Nashville.
Yes, it is. And this one was not that. It was good vibes, good energy, and yeah. So it was one of those things where I was like, okay, I'll do it. And then as I was leading up to it, I'm like, should I have committed to this? I know that I've had bad luck with some of these in the past, and it was not that.
It's awesome.
It was amazing.
Right group of people, right time, right ideas. It can really make a difference.
Yeah. Also, one of the things that happened in, again, I'm going to make this sad just for a minute. I'm trying to think of when this came out. It came out while I was down there. It got announced.
It was Friday night.
Okay. So I was obviously with very poor cell service. I say obviously. Actually, I was surprised that we had bad cell service. But it sucks when your friend texts you and has tried to call you while you're at dinner. And you're like, hey, man, what's up? And he goes, I don't want to text this. That was the message I got, which is terrifying.
Yeah, you never want to hear that.
I'm like, oh, God. And unfortunately, it was our buddy Kyle Jacobs who passed. I've actually been on one of the good writers retreats with him and Billy Montana. So just really unfortunate. If anybody out there needs help, I know this is a fun podcast and I don't try to talk about very serious subjects, but call your friend. Just call somebody. You want to go?
There is a national hotline. If you do need help, it is just dial 988. There are people that want to talk. I didn't really know Kyle all that well. I met him once in passing. We had never written together, but anytime someone that kind and that important to the community, when stuff happens, that it's it's hard to grasp. It's hard to wrap your mind around, and we all feel it because this is a small group of people that do this for a living, and we all know each other, and we're all interconnected, and it's reflective. We all are in this together, and it's a really big wake up call to just kind of go, man, reach out to your friends, make sure people are doing okay.
Yeah, and because you just don't know. The last time I saw Kyle, he was the happiest, like, ready, just talkative and just having a good time, because obviously we all have mutual friends. I don't write music, but I used to see him out all the time, so it sucks.
Well, very sad moment, and I couldn't do a music section and not talk about that. I would feel remiss if I had not said that. So sorry to bring everybody down for a second. Let's go to something also not good, but in a much different manner.
Excellent.
Sorry to bring it. There's no segue out of that, man. Let's be honest.
Yeah,
there's
it's
not.
okay. It's okay.
There's not. I've already been sad and angry, and
we're dealing. Yep.
Yeah, we're dealing with it. So just be kind to everybody, guys. I know it sounds really simple. It's much harder to do in real life because we get absorbed in what we're working on and what we're doing. I've been guilty of it before, where I've just been short with people or accidentally mean, even in some cases. Mm-hmm. Nobody's perfect, but try and be kind. You never know what somebody else is going through. And I know that gets parroted everywhere, but it's the truth. So be kind. All right. So on the way home, as we pull into Nashville, not even on the interstate, that would actually probably make more sense. Turning into Nashville, guy hits the front of the bus and runs.
What the?
Like full on hit and run.
Wow.
Which it didn't do all that much damage to the bus, thank God. And the guy hitting us actually didn't do anything to the occupants inside. We heard it, sort of felt it. The problem was then that instead of continuing forward, even though we weren't traveling at a very high rate of speed, normally when my bus driver goes, hold on, it's like he's stopping really quickly. And so like stuff will like slide off tables and stuff like that. But I didn't know that until the very first time I was on a bus. I didn't understand like kind of the fact that they call it having your bus legs. It's sort of like having sea legs, because as you're going in a bus and a big metal tube down the road that fast, if you go over like bumps and stuff that you normally hit in a car, you're sitting down and you're not in a bus. So it's very interesting. It's kind of surfing a little bit. So I have my dog. I'm stepping over Porter. And as I have my foot in the air, he just dead stop, hits the horn at the guy. And I just go straight down. And all I can see, like when you fall in your brain, I feel like time slows down. And I'm just like, I was near the front lounge, so there's a corner underneath the TV with that's marble, and then there's, well, it's not marble, it just looks like marble. I don't want to.
His bus isn't lavished with marble countertops.
Rich mahogany.
Yes, exactly.
Leather-bound books.
Many leather-bound books. I'm not gonna lie. It's the Formica that looks like marble.
Sure.
So as I'm going down, I'm like, I'm gonna fall. I don't want to hit my head, and I'm like, okay, what do I do? So I just kind of stick out my arm like this, right? Well, I absolutely, like, I've got a knot on my right elbow. Like, I'd absolutely just smoked my right elbow when I fell. And I'm kind of like doing this, trying to like get my balance. And my hand goes in between the couch cushion and the sidewall of the bus. And all I can see in my brain in like, slowed down time is this finger is stuck in between two things that don't move. And if I fall anymore, it's going to break my finger. And I'm like, I cannot break my finger. So I'm good. Everybody's good.
Good news
I'm
is
sore.
the bus has a camera too, so whoever ran.
Yeah. Well, and, my bus driver works for me, but that bus is leased from a company, and I guarantee you they're going to want to go after whoever that was. So should have stayed.
Should have stayed. Way worse when you ran.
It was also late Saturday night, so
Someone didn't want to get caught.
I don't know that for a fact. I don't want to cast aspersions. I'm just saying it has nothing to do with me at this point. It's the bus company from here on out. But don't do that.
Don't do that thing.
Don't do that.
Well, glad you're all right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Glad you didn't break your finger.
And relative to some of the other things that have occurred recently, very low on the list of importance.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't have a good segue out of that one either. I'm terrible today with trying to segue out of things. Do you want to do what are you listening to? Let's do that.
Yes, please.
Okay.
I'll start. You got it?
Nope.
Go, Haley. All you.
Oh my gosh, I got it. Yeah. No. Well, so I'm doing this. I don't know why people hate on this band so much. But the other day we were out and someone said,
Can I guess? Can I guess?
Can I guess too?
Yep.
3,
Nickelback?
2. Yeah, Nickelback.
Nope. The other band that people hate.
Creed.
Yep.
Oh!
We were out and like half the crowd cheered, half the crowd booed, and I'm like, why do people hate them so much? They have great songs. So I'm going with Creed this week, gonna show them some love. Let's go with My Sacrifice.
My sacrifice.
My sacrifice.
There is a video on YouTube of me playing higher with Scott Stapp at a church. Me playing guitar.
There is also a video somewhere out there of you and me singing.
There is. We have tried. It is not on the internet, but we've tried to scrub that from.
I'm singing the third above
Yes, you are.
too.
It was
just high as hell.
Let's see. It's your birthday 2 years ago.
By the way, high as hell, referring to like the note. That
the
I'm
note.
singing.
Yeah, not
calm down.
Not
calm
state
down,
of being.
Calm down.
Yes. Yeah, it was your birthday. We were doing some karaoke and there was fist pumps and there was, I think at one point I dropped down to a knee and started singing. I don't know. It was a whole thing. There's video somewhere.
I don't know why people hate on those bands. Like, and it's work. By the way, I'm going to go ahead and say mine. I'm going to pick a Nickelback song at random. I'm going to go If Today Was Your Last Day from the Dark Horse album.
Great
from
record.
2008. Great record. And people just love to hate them.
Do you know Nickelback? I think we talked about this on the podcast. They went in like 1 year they were Rolling Stone's greatest rock band, and the next year they were the most overrated and crapped upon.
Of course.
It's like, okay, just settle down. Nickelback's
course.
great. Creed's great. I was in New York the beginning of last week, right after the Super Bowl, and for part of my birthday gift, went to a couple Broadway shows, went to Phantom, which I wanted to see before it leaves Broadway in April. But I saw another one.
I didn't know it was leaving.
Yeah, it's done April 18th, I think.
Man.
Damn.
I know this is like co-opting what you're getting ready to say. What else did you go see?
So what else I saw was one of the best Broadway shows I've ever seen in my entire life. And it's called And Juliet. And it is a what if Juliet does not drink the poison, set to the music of Max Martin. So
what?
So it is all Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Britney Spears, Kelly Clarkson.
And this is awesome.
And then the writer of it is one of the writers from Schitt's Creek. So it is funny and clever.
My God.
And awesome. And the music was amazing.
Okay, I'm going to have to watch this.
It was so enjoyable. And it's only been out. It debuted on Broadway at the end of November. So it's still pretty new in the grand scheme of it.
That's very new for Broadway. So which song are you picking?
I am picking That's the Way It Is by Celine Dion.
Oh my gosh.
Which I always forget about. And then it was in that play, and I was like, oh my gosh, I love this song so much.
Which we also have to reference, and I know this is a movies thing as well, but Titanic just got passed by the second Avatar.
Oh, did it really? James Cameron. Just out here.
Jesus.
Out here.
Just out here going like this, just making money. That was me like throwing dollar bills for the people that are audio only.
Yeah, could not recommend that play enough. It was so much fun. I
got to see Phantom of the Opera with the London cast at the Paris Opera House.
Shoot.
I've never been to a Broadway play.
Oh, you need to go.
It's fun.
Like,
it's super fun.
I get it. Musicals aren't for everybody, but I promise you, just if you ever have the chance, and I know that's, you have to be in the right place to go see one. You have to be in New York, or you have to be somewhere. Just go see one. Find tickets and go see it, because it will be an awesome experience. So, spoiler alert, I was going to hit the time for some spoilers button, but this is a musical that's been out forever.
Right.
When the chandelier crashes at the end of, before Act One,
yeah.
before the... It was wild, because they swung one, they had it linked up, and as it swings down, the curtains closed.
Ours swung, landed, crashed. Lights out.
Well, this one was as big as this table we're sitting at. Mm-hmm. It was huge.
Yep.
I was like, good Lord.
It was feel however you want to feel about the music. I know, like, it's an older one, so it's not going to
resonate with everybody.
With everyone,
yeah.
For sure. But as far as set design and some of the stuff that they're doing in this thing, that was one of the most impressive things I have ever seen of any musical, period.
All right, complete aside before we move to movies. Don't you hate, and I know that you normally wear in-ears, which anytime somebody hears that, they're like, what? If they don't know what they are. That's when you see somebody on stage and they have basically monitors that are fitted to your ear, and they call them in-ears, quote unquote. I am wearing like what we refer to in like music slang as cans, which is headphones.
Over the ear headphones.
Yeah, exactly. And don't you hate when you're wearing a hat and that little button at the top
Push down.
is pushing down on your head? I know that's the most random comment to ever make, but it was like I had to shift it around just now because I was just like, this is starting to hurt my head.
I get it.
All right, let's go to movies. Movies. I am acting like Ryan because I am not prepared. So here we go.
Let's filibuster.
There it is. Yeah, filibuster.
Oh no!
Oh.
It's my very special word.
Oh. Okay. Well, Knock at the Cabin. This is 2023 mystery horror, 1 hour and 40 minutes. And 68% on Rotten Tomatoes, 67% of Google users like this movie, 6.4 on IMDb. So all of these, I think for the first time in a while, all line up. While vacationing at a remote cabin in the woods, a young girl and her parents are taken hostage by 4 armed strangers who demand they make an unthinkable choice to avert the apocalypse. Confused, scared, and with limited access to the outside world, the family must decide what they believe before all is lost. None of you guys watched this.
Nope, sure didn't.
Not even Ryan. He's not here. He can't defend himself. I did.
Again, the night that I was going to go see this movie, I was offered to preview AntMan. So that's what I did.
But we're doing that now. First of all, right now, next week's movie,
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania.
Yes. I'm so excited, and I hear that like it's already been given away in like clips and stuff. MODOK in it.
Mm-hmm. We're setting up for some Secret Wars is going to be out of control.
Oh, it's going to be insane.
We are such nerds.
I might go watch Ant-Man today. Not even going to lie. Which is not short for Antetokounmpo.
Anthony Edwards. Gonna go watch.
Well, and I honestly, when you said that, I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what they meant to do. They just put the wrong image on. Yeah.
Someone Googled ants.
Yeah, someone just grabbed the wrong image. I'm sure it's fixed by now on whatever site that was that I looked at this morning. But Knock at the Cabin is interesting, and I like, and I'm again, hit the spoiler button if you haven't.
Time for some spoilers.
Skip ahead like 4 minutes if you haven't seen this movie, because I'll keep it brief. There's no twist.
Oh.
Which is different for an M Night.
For M Night, yeah. And I really thought he did a great job with this. I also did not realize that Rupert Grint was in it. I didn't even notice that was him in the trailers. And so I won't give away too much, but I think this was very interesting. It's always shot well. I mean, obviously his movies are known for having like a certain look and flair to them.
And he usually does really well with like low light. Like there's a lot of dark scenes.
There's a lot of scenes where it is not bright. All right, set up the cans in the back so that we've got a lot of lighting on the actor's face. It's almost like moody. Mm-hmm. But I think it was really good. I want to ask you a question. The fifth, oh man, I'm going to give away too much, but he did a thing with color.
Okay.
Where all of them, the four people that come into the cabin represent the four horsemen.
Okay.
And the color of their shirt or outfit like sort of applies to certain tropes.
Okay.
Which I thought was really cool, because when you're talking about the premise of the movie, which is if one of them does not sacrifice themselves for the benefit of mankind, then the apocalypse will occur.
Right.
It says as much in the trailer.
Yeah, they give that away early.
Yeah. So have you ever heard about the fifth horseman of the apocalypse? Have you ever heard about this?
I have not.
I was reading up on it because I was like, oh man, this is cool. Like, what a great article that I'm reading about this movie, because I just wanted to see what other people thought. And this writer like referenced that, and I was like, I've never heard that before. It's always been four.
Four horsemen of the apocalypse.
Yeah, look this up. See if anything pops up right now. But it was really well done, and I enjoyed it. I think it's one of those you like watch it one time and then you're good, even though there's not a twist. I would say, what's your favorite M Night Shyamalan movie?
It's The Village.
Really?
Yeah.
Why? And I don't mean that from a place of like you can't have your own opinion.
For sure.
I just didn't like that one.
If you haven't seen that movie at this point, like I'm not,
Well,
it's
yeah,
like
this is
sixth sense. Like you're out of it. I'm sorry.
And I think I've said this on the podcast before, but if you're new to the pod and you have not listened to this, my mom ruined The Sixth Sense for me. I got back from a camp where I had been, and she knew I had been for 2 weeks. And I said, everybody was talking about The Sixth Sense. And she goes, yeah, can you believe that at the end they reveal he's been dead the whole time? And I'm like, well, thanks for ruining the movie, Mom.
Cool.
I appreciate
Don't need
that.
to see it now.
I was in high school. I was like, thanks a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah, that's one that can't be ruined because you have to then go watch it a second time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ruins it. I really loved The Village because of the twist at the end, the fact that it was actually modern times and they were choosing to live in this way. Really, I was just like, oh, what a cool spin on telling this story, you know? And it was about grief and these people that had lost people, and they thought that by cloistering themselves, they could protect themselves from any hurt or harm, and it just proves that like that doesn't actually matter in the grand scheme of it.
Doesn't change anything.
I'm looking into this Fifth Horseman stuff. This is interesting.
See? I didn't even know this was a thing.
I have to dig into that.
So do I. Like, send me the link of what you just found, because I wonder if it's different than what I've seen. But anyway, do you have a favorite M. Night movie?
No, because I don't know what movies I watched that were M. Night.
Yes, you do. You just don't realize it. In fact, you know what? Let's make this the hot take instead of the other thing. We'll wait for Rye. So we're pushing that one again another week.
Split was really good too. I forgot about that one.
Okay, I do like Split.
I forgot about that one.
I like Split.
Hit the button. No, wrong button.
Which button? Which button?
The hot take button.
Okay.
Hot take!
I didn't know if you were going to ruin Split.
No. Oh, man. Okay, so
Old was good too. Gosh dang it.
I liked Old. I didn't think that was my...
The twist was phenomenal in Old.
Yes. And I mean, oh, man. Here's my thing. The fact that he made Glass, Split, and Unbreakable all align
In the same
universe was so cool. And obviously what he's done with
Oh, he did
Bruce
Signs?
Willis, which, yeah, well, so that's mine. Is Signs. There is something intrinsically, so we're going favorite M. Night Shyamalan movie in honor of that being the movie this week. There's something intrinsically terrifying about that scene where Joaquin Phoenix is sitting in the basement watching a TV and someone got grainy footage at a kid's birthday party. And I don't know if he's in the tinfoil hat at that point, but he's like terrified and he's sitting down there and he's watching this small TV. His character's name's Merrill, right?
I think that's correct.
Yeah. Because Mel Gibson is his dad in the movie, and he goes, swing away, Merrill, swing away at the end.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Merrill Hess.
Yeah. So I just thought it was wild that one little scene was probably one of the most terrifying moments for me from any movie ever, because even the field outside of the house, and like that's been used before, but this one was just so nice because it wasn't like it felt found footage in the middle of a very high profile movie, and it was done in the most perfect way. And the minute that alien walks out of the fence, and it's just like a quick shot, at the end, when you actually see it, not scary,
but the suspense leading up to it,
so scary when you see it in that video.
Like I've said before, because everyone from our age range within 10 years knows the movie Signs. It is a movie that everyone was scared of cornfields. And again, that movie came out when I lived surrounded by cornfields. So it was very traumatizing to me as a kid. I was in 5th grade around that time. And again, it was literally cornfield behind my house, cornfield on the side, cornfield on this side, and cornfield in the front. I was surrounded by cornfields. So it was very traumatizing. And I really hate that you took that movie, but I'm going to have to I'm going to have to go with Glass.
I mean,
You both can do it.
I was going to say, do we want to go just two?
Okay,
Since-
then I'm going to take
Head to-
Signs
head to
because
head.
that movie
Yeah,
that movie made such a big part of my life growing
Perfect.
up.
So Signs versus Split.
I'm gonna still stick with The Village. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah, you're going to lose this one.
That's fine. I'm okay. I would like to give him a shout out, and I think we've talked about this before, but in the movie The Happening, which is a very forgettable movie.
Well,
I like the movie. I like The
hold
Happening.
up. I enjoyed The Happening.
I did.
And I think everybody else, and hit the spoiler button just to.
Time for some spoil.
Good Lord, we've had a lot of spoilers this cast. I liked the twist at the end.
It was about what it was. What was killing
about-
everyone?
Yeah.
Are we going to give what that was? It was. It's
Yeah,
an
it's
old
been out
movie.
for
It's
free.
the
it
plants.
was the plants. He was basically saying that nature is becoming more and more sentient because humans were destroying nature. And so they decided to take the world back, sort of.
That's why I don't eat salads.
I eat a lot of salad. I'm actually probably going to get a salad after this.
But in that movie, and this is such a G moment of him. So he has always been a writer and director. He writes the whole movie. He directs the movie. He has done it his way. That is the one movie where the studio pushed back and they wanted some rewrites. So he said, all right, I'll let your lines in. And he had Mark Wahlberg say these lines specifically as terribly as possible. He's like, they're in the diner and it's on the TV and someone goes, look, it's on the television. And Wahlberg's like, oh my gosh, what could be happening? And like they say it as terrible as that. And he did it on purpose.
So that they couldn't put those lines in.
No, they put him in.
That's
They
why they're
put 'em
just
in.
so bad.
That's why they're so bad. And that was always what got panned about the movie. They're like, some of the acting choices are really bad. God. It was specific lines that he didn't write that he's like, all right, then they're going to say him like this.
They're going to say I'm dumb.
Yep.
Wow.
Which is
I
great.
did not know that. So it's so weird. You look at just at least what's popping up on, let me see his IMDb page.
I saw you flick that bug.
Yeah, there was an ant.
I was
on the table.
I was watching it go across the entire table, and I'm like, do I do it? Do I not do it?
AntMan is very frustrated with me right now for flicking that ant off the
Scott
table.
Lang is pissed.
Yeah. So I guess now we're gonna have to have somebody come in and spray for ants. Before all of a sudden AntMan just appears on the table in the middle of the podcast.
I wouldn't mind.
Jesus. Okay, calm down.
Where are you at, Paul?
Easy.
Big Chiefs fan, Paul Rudd.
Big Chiefs fan. Yes, he is. There was a 2002 Newsweek cover proclaiming him the next Steven Spielberg.
Yep.
Which M Night Shyamalan is awesome, but
He is no Steven
whoa,
Spielberg.
whoa, time out. That may or may not be fodder for next week. Jeez, this is from vulture.com, which shouldn't surprise me, but there's a comment here that says, seriously, man, stop acting in your own movies. Jesus, what the hell, people?
I mean,
Oh, come on. Let him do whatever he wants.
He's the director. Duh.
All right. The Happening at 15. I'm giving you a top 15 since Ryan is not here. This is Ryan's list when Ryan is not here.
By Vulture.
Yes. 14, After Earth. The fact that they put After Earth above The Happenings, I don't trust this list already. 13, The Lady in the Water. A lot of people didn't like that movie. I thought it was okay.
I thought it was all right.
Wow. Geez, what the hell? I should know this by the fact that it says vulture.com, but good Lord, this was when the USS Shyamalan really started to wobble and take on water.
That's not fair.
Jesus.
Lady in the Water is
I thought it was great.
It was a story that he told his kids, and he made it into a movie. Like, back off.
Anyway, whatever. 12, The Last Airbender.
Oh,
Are you
gosh.
serious?
That
The
was-
live action one? No. No. No, 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 no,
That
no, no,
shouldn't
no,
be
no,
on there
no.
at all.
Anyone that likes cartoons or anime, no. That should not even be on the list. No. Shame on you, vulture.com.
For shame.
11, Praying with Anger, which was his first movie.
I never saw it.
It's from 92. It was very, like, it says little scene debut. It's like VCR age. Yeah. Some of you don't even know what that is if you're listening to this. So, Glass, 2019. There we go. Old at number 9. Number 8, The Visit, which I still want to watch. I haven't seen that yet.
Seen it.
7, Wide Awake, which was from 98. Did you ever see that?
I didn't.
I didn't either.
Is that where they're awake in the surgeries?
No, this is actually, which there is a movie called Wide Awake that is that, which I'll never watch that. That's more terrifying than any scary movie I've ever suggested on this podcast. This one's about like a coming of age story about a 9-year-old boy. He's like struggling with faith, and so it's interesting.
Here's the.
Well, we don't need to go into it. We're almost to the end of the podcast anyway. I don't want to keep dragging it out. But 6, The Village. 5, Knock at the Cabin. That seems a little high. 4, Split. 3, Signs. 2, Unbreakable. And 1, The Sixth Sense.
People have a lot of love for Unbreakable, and I just don't get it.
Dude, I love Unbreakable.
Yep.
To me, it's the scene where he's in, like, it took 2 watches for me to see everything, and I guess that's why I love it. I love movies that are like that make me want to watch them again.
Yeah.
And like go back to the beginning and like dig through it.
Like The Tenant.
Tenet.
Sorry.
Which I just rewatched.
We've already. I thought you said The Tenant for a second. Are you talking about Tenet?
Yes.
The Tenet. It's the same forward as it is backwards.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of the name of the movie.
That's what I said. Tenet.
Anyway, you guys make sure and go vote. That is going to be the poll this week. It is the best M Night Shyamalan movie. Is it Signs or is it
The Village?
We shall see. Thank you guys as always for listening to the pod with Chris Young. Wow, that's the first time I've messed that up ever. The Quad with Chris Young. Thanks, Ryan, for not being here. From me, Haley, and Josh, we love you guys.